Hey guys, these nuts 21985 here, and today I'm going to bring you something different than my usual videos after that failed ass monstrosity of a live stream. But we don't talk about that. It was still fun. I had fun, you had fun, we all had fun. So this video is going to be a little bit something else. I've wanted to do this for a while. I've wanted to do these videos for a while, but they're like a pain in the ass and shit. But fuck it, we're doing it. This is the top 10 Devil May Cry weapons. Now, there are a few rules. I am going to include Devil and firearms. However, I'm not going to include Devil May Cry 2 weapons because they're ass, or do the same thing except for the machine guns. No Devil Breakers because that's a whole other category except for the actual Devil Bringer. And no upgraded versions of weapons. For example, I'm not going to say Cerberus and King Cerberus or Kalina Ann and Kalina Ann dual wield because they're just upgraded versions of the same weapon. And I'm not going to use Sparta or Force Edge because it's the same shit as the Rebellion. And no reboot weapons either because that'd just be disrespectful. Also, spoilers, you have been warned.
He wasn't kidding. It's like an all-you-can-eat buffet.
It is kind of slow to use, it isn't too hard to get, and it's just fun to fucking wield. If you said you win a mission without equipping these, say fucking psych right now. You gotta be lying because the Ebony and Ivory are so irreplaceable. They're so iconic. They're your best friend. They're like the ray gun of the Devil May Cry franchise. Ebony and Ivory is also like one of the few weapons that lets you hover in the air, and it lets you hover in the air for the longest. Who doesn't want to fucking avoid hits from the ground? I wouldn't, but the Ebony and Ivory are Dante's like go-tos as well as ours. Don't fucking say they're not. You don't even have to bother unlocking them. You literally get them anytime when you start, even in DMC1, the only game without the Rebellion. And this fucking weapon right here, or these weapons in this case, are not the strongest, and they're definitely not the weakest. They're probably the weakest compared to the rest of them. But I mean, when they make up with all the other shit, like when you equip them with Gunslinger, or whenever you're fucking using charge shots, or whenever you're hovering in the goddamn air, these guns will save your life. I shit you not. These things are beautiful. Now, let's get to the next one because as far as popularity or design, they're not that special compared to the weapons we have coming up next.
You're not the one I faced before. But the smell, there are two of them. That excellent Sparta-like two sons.
Now for this one, I did have a tie, and I will tell you the reasons why. Let's start with the Beowulf. The Beowulf is this fucking like holy shit looking weapon because it looks holy for some reason. But you get it with Dante, the mission after beating Virgil, not by beating him. And they are equipable with, yes, both Dante and Virgil. And that has become one of Virgil's iconic weapons. And He keeps them like every time you get the chance to play as him. Yes, in DMC4 and DMC5. Although I do not like how they look in DMC5, but we won't talk about that. I'll let it slide. And the fucking combos for this thing are amazing. They're exquisite. And now for the Balrog, yes, it doesn't have any light in it or any of that shit, but the fact that you can use boxing and capoeira is fucking cool. And seeing Dante being able to pull these moves off, like he fucking ass pulls everything, is also cool. He also does a few interesting things, like some little flames here and there, some little windy punches that are projectiles for some fucking reason, like he learned that shit in King of Fighters. But these don't even have to be unlocked. He just has them for some random ass reason. I would like to know where he got them from. If you know, please leave it in the comments. But as far as everything goes, they're both great weapons, and they are a tie because yes, you get gauntlets and fucking boots in like every goddamn Devil May Cry game except DMC2, but they all stand out in their own special way. And the ones that were the best for me were between the Balrog and the Beowulf. Which one is better? You take your pick. Now let's go to the next weapon.
That's a letdown. I was hoping for a bit more than just a few sparks.
Ah, yes, the Lucifer. Also known as the backpack with infinite lightsabers. This fucking beauty might not be the strongest devil arm, but goddamn, it is my personal favorite. It is just so sexy, so attractive. Even the name of it, it's just such a badass weapon. You can literally light people's cuts, G, because you can give the demons mohawks of lightsabers and then blow them up with a goddamn rose. And then you can use Swordmaster to command them to fucking come to you and then fly towards the demon again. What are these lightsaber thingies made out of? I don't fucking know, but goddamn, they're cool as shit. And if I could have any fictional weapon in real life, it would be this one. This one may not be everybody's favorite, but it is one of my personal all-time favorites. And it is so low because there's weapons that are more popular, more iconic, and do more damage. And as much as it pains me to put my favorite down here, I kinda had to.
You're sweet.
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
All right. I'll help you. Your father was a handsome devil. But you're no slouch yourself.
The reason why I put the Atlaster and the Navon together is because the Atlaster is basically like the Rebellion and the Navon put together. And then they're like, hey, let's take the combos and shit from the Atlaster and let's make the Rebellion. And all the other special abilities and shit, let's put them in the Navon. The Navon is also one of my favorites, even though damage-wise, it's okay. Swordmaster and all these other abilities you can do with it are also good, like the area and shit. But it's not as hard-hitting as the other weapons. It's probably stronger than Lucifer, I'll give it that. And they give you like the fastest healing because in DMC3 you have like their own special categories for the Devil Trigger abilities. But with the Atlaster, they're both fucking lightning covered weapons, and they're covered weapons. They're both lightning fucking elemental weapons, and they're well, the Atlaster's easy to get. The Navon's kinda like because Navon's pretty predictable, but she is kind of a damage sponge. So good luck with that. But both weapons are worth it. These are some of the fan favorites, and there's a reason why the Atlaster is in the face of the fucking Devil May Cry cover rather than the Force Edge. And with the Navon, they were literally like, hey, what if we literally put the electric in the electric guitar? I know that was bad, but let's get to the next one. what could be better than the motorcycle and the sword? Put them bitches together and have a sword you can rev up like a goddamn motorcycle, and then you can fucking lit that bitch on fire and have that shit burning more than the fucking, okay. So the Red Queen is basically part of Nero's signature arsenal, which is this, the Blue Rose and the Devil Bringer, or DMC4 at least, and it has been so iconic, so memorable. Damage is great, you don't have to unlock it, you literally get it when you start. It is probably one of the best weapons you can use. Combos are great, Nero looks good with it, and there's not really much else to say. It's just fucking amazing. And is it better than my previous ones? You can fucking argue that, but in my opinion, yes. And I know there's others that will agree with me, because this thing is so goddamn cool. It makes me If this isn't one of the most iconic weapons, I don't know what the fuck is. But the Cerberus is so goddamn amazing. It's fucking nunchucks with ice. And the fucking abilities are so cool. The damage is great. If you use the double trigger while equipping it with Dante and DMC3, you'll run the fastest with it, just like with Navon, you'll heal the fastest. And then in DMC5, it gets better because you get King Cerberus, which is a fucking upgraded version of it. You still get the ice nunchucks. You get fucking chain chucks that are lightning powered, and it's purple fucking lightning. And then you get a fire bow, not bow staff, fire bow, two different things. You'll learn about that when you do your own research. But goddamn, these things are so fucking cool. The Cerberus also one of my fucking favorites. I have been maining it for a solid minute in my fucking DMC3 live stream, I believe. It's just so fucking cool. It's so amazing. Not too hard to unlock. You literally beat what? Your second boss fight, because the first one's a really rich looking bitch. But your second boss fight in DMC3, and it takes a while to get it in DMC5, but that's because you're switching between characters. Plus, it's worth it, cause you're getting 3 weapons in one. It's like a sample version of the Pandora, basically. Let's get to number 2. God, I'm hyped.
Isn't it?
Leave me. I won't tell you a third time.
I know what some of y'all are thinking. Why the fuck is a basic ass katana higher than all them cool ass weapons? And other people thinking, why the fuck isn't the Yamalo higher? Well, for the first people, this ain't no ordinary ass katana, let me tell you that. For the other people, it's because there's 2 more weapons I believe go higher on the list. But let me tell you why the Yamalo is number 3. Because it does look like a basic ass katana. That's number 1. Number 2, it's what's inside the katana that counts. This shit can fucking cut portals out of thin air, and then fucking Virgil out here speed blitzing motherfuckers with that shit. And then the fucking case is so lethal, it punctures through demons. Yes, the case itself punctures through demons. That shit can fucking cut portals from the demon world and shit. This thing is so fucking broken, and the way Virgil uses it, aka my favorite character since childhood to this day, it's amazing. Also, we need an alternate costume where Virgil has his hair down. But yes, the Yamalo is such a fucking godly weapon. And then fucking Nero can use it, and Dante in DMC4, even though they don't compare anywhere towards Virgil, especially in DMC5. This thing, whew. Now let's get to number 2.
I always wondered, why did my father give me the rebellion?
Okay, what are you muttering?
Over the years, I've been stabbed and jabbed by a number of things. But who would have ever guessed?
Have you lost your mind? There's a demon to destroy! Kill yourself later! I'll help!
Yes, the Rebellion is cooler than the Yamalo. Yes, the Yamalo has cooler abilities, whatever. The Rebellion looks fucking nicer. It's not a basic ass katana. His fucking shit upgrades into the Devil Sword Dante, and then Dante gets the Sin Devil trigger. You telling me that shit gonna turn you on? I'm a Virgil fanboy, and this shit making me nut. Yes, the Rebellion, aka Devil Sword Dante, is probably one of the best. Is it my favorite? No, but it doesn't mean it doesn't deserve to be up here. I know a lot of people that fucking have a soft spot for this signature sword. It's Dante's go-to. It's the only weapon he hasn't sold for fucking rent money like he sold the Alistair for the electric bill, but his dad passed it down to him, so it's got sentimental value, I guess. Yes, the Rebellion is amazing, and people are probably gonna get mad like, why isn't the Sparta here instead of the Rebellion? Well, one, there's only so much you can do with it with Trish. 2, it does the exact same shit as the Rebellion, and the only time it doesn't is whenever you turn into Sparta fighting against Mundus in DMC1, but that's literally the only time you get to turn Devil Trigger with it, and it's in the last fucking mission, or the second to last. Yeah, thanks, but no thanks. Rebellion, beautiful, amazing, such a signature, the face of the game, when it's not Dante himself. But before we get to number 1, here's some honorable mentions.
No talking. Good.
Stay where you are. Stay where you are.
You got a trick up your sleeve.
I thought the cat had your tongue. It's a trick you're looking for.
Looks like you two are.
Oh, am I gonna piss a lot of people off with this one? A lot of people are gonna fucking agree with me. Other people are gonna be like, but the Devil Trigger's not even the fucking devil arm in the fucking other shit. The design of it's horrible. But here, shut the fuck up and listen. Yes, the design is questionable. You know, it was a lot better in DMC5 with the fucking wings and shit. Yeah, it looks a lot cooler than the DMC4 one, but who cares when you're fucking slamming demons on the floor and shit, and every time you grab a demon with this motherfucker, you get a very unique animation that looks so fucking cool, and it's also one of the key reasons why Nero has fanboys, and another one of the key reasons why Nero's pretty beginner friendly. This fucking thing is cool and so easy to use, fucking powerful. The Devil Triggers make it even more powerful, and yeah, there's weapons that look better, but this thing also looks pretty fucking sick itself if you think about it. This thing right here is god tier when it comes to damage, appearance, fucking dexterity, everything, dude. And then the Devil Triggers for Nero, oh my goodness. Look, bro, I'm not even a Nero fan, but god damn, this shit badass. Anyway, let me know if you guys agree with my list. I think it was great. I also got feedback from two of my good friends. One has a YouTube channel known as Lil Spoon, I'll leave it right here. And my other friend that I forgot to tag in the code word clutches, and he will not let that shit go. But he has a meme page on Instagram right here. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. And I hope that you enjoy this since it's different from my stereotypical videos. But I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.